Thank you. Well, yeah, as you have all gathered, I am a fundraiser for Ronald McDonald House Charities, and I have been for the past 8.5 years. But I think over that time, I've become really passionate about sharing my fundraising knowledge, and basically helping you all. I don't want to bang on about Ronald McDonald House. I would love it if you all chose to support us. And obviously you all are today with the PJ Day and helping us to provide that accommodation. But I know that you all support charities in your own ways. And what I wanted to do was to give a bit more advice on how you can easily support other charities, those charities that you love, and channel your energy so that we can make every charity more successful. It's been a really tough 18 months for charities across the sector. I was furloughed for 6 months last year. A lot of charities furloughed their fundraising team and they never went back. They were made redundant. There's a lot of sort of movement around the charity sector, so they do really need your help. So I wanted to give you a few easy tips about how you can support the charities that you love. So my first one is payroll giving. Every business, as far as I'm concerned, should be doing payroll giving. It's like a gym membership. You set it up through a payroll giving agency. If you've got more than one employee, you just set it up through a payroll giving agency, which is government backed. It's all independent, and your employees can then choose any charity to support. They can choose which charity it goes to, and it's all like automated behind the scenes. It's like a gym membership. £5 going out of your salary pre-tax, you're not going to miss that. You know, it's for the charities then that benefit. It's that sustainable income that's coming in every month and really helps to lift us up, because we know that we've got some of our costs covered. If you're not already using cashback sites, where have you been? I mean, if you're buying online, try and use cashback sites where you can. There's a couple of really good ones. There's Easy Fundraising is a good one. Give As You Live is another one. Get registered on those, and if you are buying anything online, just click through, and then the money will, you know, a percentage can be 1%, 5% goes to your chosen charity. I would mention that obviously the giant, which is Amazon. If you love them or hate them, if you are buying anything through Amazon, make sure you do it through Amazon Smile. It's literally just like a different, you know, extra click, or go through your Amazon Smile on the app, and then a percentage goes to your chosen charity. Again, really easy. You're not doing anything different, just going straight through, and that money is racking up for the charity that you love. Leaving a legacy. We've got our resident expert in the room, Richard, who is much better versed in the ins and outs of legacies and wills. But again, legacies for us, anything coming from a will is an absolute dream. You know, it's not something that as a charity we can plan for. I could work with any of you now and you'll say, yeah, I'm going to leave, you know, £500 to your charity in my will. I don't know when you're going to pass away, so I can't budget for that. With the best will in the world, you know, I don't want to be forecasting when people might pass away that have got us in their will. But it's an amazing bonus for charities, which is just, it's such a lovely gift. If you haven't got a will, try and get on with it and get one written, because everyone needs one. And if you can put in a percentage or an amount for a charity that you love, then that will be a wonderful gift when you go. Likes and shares. Sarah will tell you all about this. It's engagement. If you see your charity you love posting on social media, like follow their page, follow their Twitter, retweet them, comment on any LinkedIn posts, just basically share that message. It really helps just to get out what they're doing. If someone's doing an unusual event, we're going to be doing a glass walk next year, by the way, in case anyone's going to be interested in doing that. but I need, you know, I need you guys to help me amplify that message that we're doing something a bit different. So those likes and shares really help to show not just what the charity is doing, but the impact it has on you. So thanks, Pete, for sharing as well about your friends who have known Ronald McDonald House. Then I'm going to come on to other things that you could do as a business. So these might be some of the things that you don't necessarily think about. Donating stock. Again, I'm not a tax expert, I'm not a will expert, but speak to your accountant. There are tax rebates, there are VAT benefits to writing off stock and donating it to a charity. In terms of donating items, there are obviously, we've got the lovely Simon in the room. If you're donating tech and stuff, I just feel that everything has a home. Everything has a home it can go to. There are a couple of great places. There's an events sort of recycling company called Event Cycle. They will take any leftover events stuff. So whether that's banners or whether that's even just, you know, gaffer tape or stuff that you've ordered for an event, they will take any of that. There's also Eco Collect. They take office furniture and they repurpose it and pass it on to charities. So anything like boardroom tables or pedestals or, you know, filing cabinets. So if you hear of any offices getting rid of stuff, Eco Collect do a great service in matching up offices that are getting rid of stuff with charities. The next thing is donating skills. I'm really passionate about this because I think everyone in the room can probably give me, you know, as a charity, some knowledge that they have. I think people, when they're looking at donating time, they just think, oh, I'm going to go and paint a wall, or I'll go and do some gardening. I mean, and that's lovely. I do need volunteers to come and help with our gardens. But at the same time, I would rather someone gave us a bit more specialist time. If you know about running a business, a charity is essentially a business too. That kind of skill can be passed on really easily. Some of you might have had children in school, and you know that when they're always looking for parents for the PTA or the Board of Governors, it's the same for every charity. We always need trustees to basically sit back and monitor what's going on within the charity. It might be something that in terms of a time input for you could be, say, 2 meetings a year that are like in the evening, or 2 working days a year. But that kind of business insight and life experience is just invaluable for charities. We really just, you know, it helps to boost what we're doing. And often when we're sat in it, we're just so insular. We have a Board of Governors for the Ronald McDonald House in Oxford, and I also have a fundraising committee, which is made up of business owners, just sort of people quite senior in their business. And they really challenge me as a fundraiser. They sit back and they look at things and give me a lot of perspective, and then challenge me to go and raise more money. Sponsoring an event, supporting charity events is really important, and it's kind of win-win for you. By sponsoring something, you can get your name out there, your brand name out there. Also by attending events, like things like our, we have a golf day, we have a ball, you can use that and invite along your team as a team building event. You know, we've always done our charity ball around February, sort of precisely for those kind of industries that can't have a Christmas do in December, but they can have something to look forward to at the beginning of February and have a team outing. Or equally, is somewhere to take your clients. You know, if you're going to host them somewhere, why not make it a charity event and show that you're supporting your local community? Match funding. I love match funding, and I don't think we've got anyone from any banks here in the room today. My absolute favourite is Barclays. Barclays has by far the most generous match funding, which is around £1,000 per employee per year. They have to apply for it and they have to be organising the event. So basically, if you're going to organise a fundraising event for the charity you love, try and team up with someone that works for Barclays or one of the other banks, because they have great match funding and they can really help transform that. As an example, in the past at our golf day, I've had a raffle in the morning. We generally have a nice watch, which is worth about £2,000. And we will raffle that off for £20 a ticket. If I get 3 Barclays employees to come and run that raffle, then if we raise £3,000, they turn that into £6,000, which is just like amazing, easy money. There's also a lot of software companies do the match funding, although it's a lot more complicated to get that back from them. So my final point is, it's good to talk. I think one of my biggest frustrations, and what I hear from fundraisers across Oxfordshire, is people go in with an idea of what they want to do to support the charity, but without actually asking what the charity wants or needs. I was speaking to someone recently and they said they were really angry because they did some fundraising and they wanted to buy Christmas presents for the kids in hospital at Christmas. And the hospital charity had turned around to them and said, that's really nice, but what we could do with is a microwave for the staff room, and what we could do with is a sofa bed for the parents' room, which is just off the ward. And they were really angry about this. And I sort of said, while I was talking to them, I said, I really appreciate, you've done it and you've thought that's a lovely thing. You want to buy Christmas presents for the children who are in hospital. But the thing is that the Children's Hospital has probably, you've had that thought, and about 90 other people have had that thought. So that's not the most appropriate way of necessarily supporting them, because they're already overrun, and everyone's had that nice idea of, I want to buy a toy for a child in hospital. What would be better would be if you could channel your funds into something for the staff room, something for the parents' room, even towards like a new scanner, so that they can get the kids through and diagnosed more quickly. So I think that's a real a key thing for me, that if I could go out as a charity whistleblower, I would go out and say, it's great that you want to support the charity you want to support, but talk to them, really talk to them and find out what they need. And it might be to buy a shed. It might be, some kind of equipment. It might be they need the money for the insurance for their minibus that they've, it's £1,000 and they just haven't got that spare. Really talk to them. And the sad thing is, we need money for running costs. We don't necessarily need toys. We need the cash. And sometimes it's quite hard to have that conversation. So finally, I just wanted to finish off with a lovely quote. We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. And I think within this room that there's so many people that give in different ways to charities they support. And I think, everyone will say, just think about ways that you can support a charity, and what you get back is just as much as what you're giving. Someone did say to me, a business coach recently, that I should change my job title to Director of Warm Fuzzy Feelings. And I think that is essentially what a fundraiser is. We help you to have the warm fuzzy feelings that what you've done has really given you that feeling. And if we do it well, then you'll keep coming back and we'll keep giving you that warm, fuzzy feeling. So
awesome.
That's me done.
I'll take you off
Fantastic.
spotlight, shall
Thank
I?
you.
Hang on, how do we do this again? Remove spotlight, there we go.
Thank you so much, Caroline. That was absolutely brilliant, really insightful.
Pete, can I just say something?
Yeah, crack on.
So I am one of the few that is in the office, as we demonstrated earlier. And I've decided that for every person who's come in this morning and has looked at me in wonder or disgrace, I'm gonna donate £10. So far we're up to we're up to £50.
Yay!
Nice one, James. Good man. Thank you.
I have to say that Paul Macbeth, the main boss, just walked past and didn't look once. So